Yes, yes, welcome in everyone. It's the One Burner Bachelor, 37 steps down from high above the city. Walking back here just through my courtyard a little bit today. Kind of feel like telling a little story. I think my boy Angelo's out back here. I want to go find him. Something about telling stories is just kind of brings you back to the old days. And as a little kid, certain events I can remember going to that at some point everyone would just gather around camping or wherever it was, and whomever the storyteller was would get all in position and tell their story. The story I'm going to tell today, actually this is a couple of stories. What I'm doing now is Angelo's down here somewhere. Angelo Bunny Legs, Big Belly Lover Boy, my best friend and my assistant. Of course, I'm the One Burner Bachelor. This is kind of way down here from our small crib, but this is where his brother, Angelo's brother, Tahuti, handsome, Red Lightning, Tahuti Big Eyes, Red Lightning Joker Man. And I used to call him the Tahuti Handsome also. And I got the two of those guys at the same time on August 20th, back in 2011, which was awesome. And at work, I got a phone call one morning that there was a black cat in the street. They couldn't see the white mark under his chin, but they didn't have a very good feeling. And of course, the first thing I said was, well, oh, there's my boy Angelo right there. Hi, bud. Come on up. Hi. What are you doing? You going potty? Come on up. Here he comes. Here comes my boy. And of course, the first thing I said to my buddy when he called me was, well, did you get him out of the street? And he did say, oh, no, I had to leave for work. So, of course, I got in my car. Hi, bud. This is where Tahuti's buried right here. Here's Angelo. He's hanging with him. Hi, bud. He'll come back with me and do some cooking. Love you. He's not a big fan of the camera or that big dog. But anyhow, so my friend said he was at work. So, of course, I got in my car. I drove home expecting the worst. And when I got home, Tahuti was up on the curb and he was okay. He was gone. He had got hit. He was too smart to, or too big to have something scare him and chase him across the street. So he was chasing something. And it was the 651st day I had him and he didn't make it home. So we took care of that. And this is where he is. And I was probably going to say something else there about that. It was June 1st. That's when it was. It was the 651st day I had him. June 1st, 2013. So, Angelo's here now. He's not spooked by that big dog, but I hope he wants to take a walk home with me. You want to come home, bud, while I tell a story? Okay. Story I'm going to tell has nothing more to do with my boys and my cats. It actually has to do with the fact that the last few nights, I've actually taken to my phone and I've Googled different states here in the United States of America and asked for them to give me the top cooking schools in that state, teaching schools. And I'm just kind of making phone calls, and people that are nice enough to answer, I'm telling them who I am, the One Burner Bachelor, and what I'm doing and what I'm trying to make happen. And it's been unbelievable. Go ahead, bud, keep going. He needs some on his tummy, probably. You can have some. You need some right there? You can have some. Just how unbelievably nice people are. You know, when we were little kids and we didn't know where some place was, we'd say it was on the other side of the world. So when I'm talking to Oregon and Idaho and Washington State and Utah, yikes, as a little kid, that's on the other side of the world. But, so really, on the other side of the world as a little kid, that's what we're going to tell the story about. In the summer of 1979, come on, you need some money, Tommy? Yeah, come on over here and get some money, Tommy. 40 years ago, this summer that just passed. Come on, bud. I spent 3 weeks touring Europe. My older sister and her girlfriend spent a couple weeks in Ireland and Scotland. And then my sister flew to London, and I flew to London from Boston and met her there. And we took a ferry boat to Amsterdam and began a 3-week summer tour of Europe. We had youth hostel passes. They were like $2 a night to stay in these kind of college dorm places. Go ahead. Where people played music and hung out, and we're all there to do the same thing, just kind of tour around that part of the world. And we had also a Eurail pass. This was this thing on the train. No matter where you were, you could jump on and off any train and anything you wanted to do. If you didn't like a place you were at, you didn't have to stay. It was nuts. Angelo's going to get some on his tummy right now. He's listening to me. He's awesome. So one of the many stories from that crazy awesome trip as a teenager. We were in Salzburg, Austria, okay? And it was a rainy night. The storm was kind of starting, and there was this huge castle, huge courtyard, stone, all kinds of fancy things. A lot of those awesome castles and buildings on the other side of the world. So a lot of people, everybody liked to walk up all the way up to the top of the castle, and because it was going to thunder and lightning, they would say that the echoing and the booms of the thunder and lightning was something that you really needed to experience if you were coming to Salzburg, and that was one of the countries you were in. So we made the journey all the way up to the castle, and yeah, it was thunder and it was storm and it was lightning. It never poured thunder and lightning. And the lights came on. I'm going to head back into my courtyard now, speaking of courtyards. Come on, bud. So the lights came on in the courtyard way down below the castle. And what came into view, there's my crib up there, was a massive chessboard, alternating stone, black and white spaces. 8 this way, 8 that way, 64 squares, and a full set of chess pieces, white and black, set up on this board. Now we're way, 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 way up, more than 37 steps up in the castle in Salzburg, Austria. And what we're watching, come on, bud, come in. I'll hang with my boy for another minute. And what we're watching is these one guy dressed in black and one guy dressed in white, and they're playing a game of chess in the courtyard on these squares that are huge. Angela's getting ready to do something fun. And the pieces were so big that if it was the white guy's turn, the white player's turn, wearing the white shirt, he would pick up his piece and move it, and on each piece there was a chair that unfolded off the side of that piece. He would then sit and rest and wait for his opponent to move. And of course, way, way up in that castle, a lot more than 37 steps up high above the city, we actually watched that chess game just like it was a chess game you would play across from whomever you might have been playing chess against. Okay, we're going to get back upstairs and get this dish started. I wanted to go see Angelo. I want to tell a story. Salzburg, Austria, 1979, 40 years ago this summer. Wow. We'll be back. Yes, we're back. Angelo just coming right back upstairs to join us. So, okay, let's get to some action here. Get a good look at the Sweet Baby Rays and the Texas Pete. And in the saute pan right now, and they've been cooking off for a bit to get things started while I was out telling stories, some Tyson 100% natural ingredient chicken patties. No antibiotics ever. No added hormones or steroids. Good. Sometimes chicken's tough enough. So we've got 4 of those in there. And I couldn't really decide if I wanted it kind of a sweet barbecue flavor or a Texas hot sauce flavor. So what I did, which I have done once before, is right here. And this is pretty much about a 6-ounce cup is fair. And I'm not trying to baste or bury these chicken patties in either one of these flavors. So if I had to go 6 ounces here, which I did, 3 ounces of that, or half of it, was water. And then I added 2 ounces of the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, and 2 pots barbecue sauce, and then 1 pot Texas Pete hot sauce. So the 6 pots, 3 water, 2 barbecue, 1 hot. So however much you want to add, if you keep it proportionally that way, ounces don't matter as long as it's 3 to 2 to 1. And then as the heat's on about medium here, we're going to let this start to bubble and continue to do its thing. And if the sauce is too thin and we need to add a little more on the fly as we go, Sweet Baby Ray's or our Texas Pete hot sauce, we will. And the pepper jack cheese from Clover Valley. That's going to be the sliced cheese that's going to rest on these when the time comes. And I actually got a nice fresh loaf of wheat bread that we're going to serve these on tonight. Okay, we're going to let them bubble. So One Burner Bachelor, we're back. Hola, amigos. Obrigado in Portuguese. The special thanks real quick. Give a little scan there. You can always pause that during the video if you'd like to get a look at a specific many of these people that have been crazy helpful. Okay, We'll be back. The One Burner Bachelor. Oh, they're starting to bubble and smell fabulous now. We'll be back. Yes, we're back. Yikes. Angelo just walking in reminded me what I was talking about. With Tahuti, when I called my friend and asked him if he got him out of the street, and he said he had gone to work, and when I came home, he was gone, but safe. And when I talked to my friend later on and, asked him how that happened and how he ended up on the curb in one piece at least. And my neighbor said, dude, I ran out, jumped in my car, and I drove back home to the house to try to kind of make sure he'd be in that shape when you got home. What a nice thing to do. Yikes. And of course, that is where we put him to rest down there by the barn, where we showed down there by the grassy knoll, our grassy knoll. And Angelo was helping shovel, and he really didn't want to get out of the way. Right, bud? Oh, and we were so bummed out for a while. And a period of time went by, and that's when Tickle the Ivory Frosty Flash came into our lives. Became my new little baby boy and Angelo's new second best friend. I always hope I'm his best friend. And, okay. Love you, bud. These are going to continue to simmer and bubble now, as you see. I'm actually, with my tongs here, going to give them one flip. That's the thing, they're now soft, juicy, and flavorful and cooked. So now we're just going to let, the steam, which will steam away the water that we've added to those two awesome sauces, which will eventually render down to what's back in their sauce. But in the meantime, it just steams and flavors and makes things juicy, and just a good idea, I think. One Burner Bachelor, 37 steps up high above the city. A lot of fun talking to people all around the country, halfway across the world, on the other side of the world. You never know. We'll be back. Yes, we're back. 37 steps up high above the city, putting the final touches on these. 100%. No preservatives, no anything horrible on these breaded breast chicken patties with the pepper jack cheese floating around and kind of sauteing and simmering in some Texas Pete hot sauce and some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I put the pepper jack cheese on the top. I put a couple drops of Texas Pete hot sauce and a little squeeze of barbecue sauce right on there. I've actually plated the first one here right on my fresh wheat bread. I thought about lettuce and tomato a little bit, but no, we're just going to go with that. Look at those. They smell awesome. Texas Pete, Sweet Baby Ray's, the Tyson chicken breasts, the breads from Clover Valley, the One Burner Bachelor. 37 steps up high above the city. Thanks again, everyone, for your views, your sharing, your subscribing. All the people on the other side of the world and all across the country that I'm probably going to continue to just start calling some people and tell them the fun we're having here, or trying to have fun here, and what we're doing here on the One Burner Bachelor. Mi amigos en Brazil, los amigos de Victor. Yo sé usted habla portugués. So para hoje, falou.